Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tales from the Table Studios. We're here with our month of Tales in support of Gaza with Project Hope. So far, we've raised $432 of our ultimate goal of $3,000. If we can hit that goal, I'm going to get it right this time. There we go. If we can hit that goal, then we'll be able to put a doctor on the ground in Gaza, which is incredibly important and necessary because of everything going on. It's awful. Fuck genocide. You know, it's a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. It's bullshit. To that end, any and every dollar that you donate will go towards getting that number bumped up, get us closer to getting a doctor on the ground, and will help with a bunch of other stuff, including mattresses, hygiene kits, and more for people who right now are dealing with just the absolute worst situation that I can possibly imagine, that I'm sure any of us can. Starvation, dehydration, just having nowhere left that is safe. Um, it's awful. So everything that you can do to help will make a difference. And what's cooler than that, right? On top of that, every dollar that you donate, any amount, be it $1, $5, $100, whatever, also gets you entered to win a bunch of cool giveaways. We've got a couple of different art commissions that we're giving away. We've got a bunch of different cool PDFs for amazing games from fantastic creators. We've got a hand painted Beholder mini that we're giving away. We've got a hand knit dice bag, a squishy D20 chunky thing that also rolls, which is cool. D&D class cups, which are neat, and a whole bunch of more stuff, both creative and just physical merchandise things. You'll be able to find a full list of that over on our Discord. I'm hoping before tomorrow night. I've just been, busy with stuff, but it's fine. We're getting this done, and that's what's important. With that said, we're here with our next awesome game, and I don't think I'm going to take up any more time because I've gone over all the stuff I need to go over. So I'm going to pass things off to our fantastic group. Please enjoy the game, and I'll see y'all at the end.
Hello, welcome to our Masks actual play for Project Hope. Yes, so let's get right into introductions. My name is Erin, pronouns she, her, and I will be your or your tale slinger for today. All right, let's throw that to the person next to me, who is Will on my screen.
It works. Realized we didn't talk about an order beforehand, but it's how it always goes. Hi. Hello, my name is Will. Normally you can find me over with Live from the Apocalypse, where I'm one of the storytellers. And today I will be playing River Haze, aka Blindside, the Janus playbook. We both use he, him pronouns.
All right. And next, let's go to JD.
Hey, I am JD. Much like Will, I am usually over with Live from the Apocalypse as one of the players, storytellers, and organizers. I use he, they pronouns, and today I am playing Darcy, aka the villain formerly known as Phobia, aka the hero question mark currently known as Phobia, and they use they, them pronouns. And they are the Reformed.
All right. Izzy?
Hi, I'm Izzy. I use she, they pronouns, and you can usually find me over on Pod Against the Machine, which is a Pathfinder 1E podcast that comes out weekly, or Strix U, which is a 5E thing that comes out regularly. I will be playing Amani Lawless Jones, the delinquent playbook who uses she, her pronouns and likes to, just generally ruin things for people.
And last, but certainly not least,
Hello, it's me. I'm not least. It's not to me. It's nice to meet you. The name is Extel. You can usually find me over at Altered Echo Archives. on Imperial Rising, where I'm a player there. Pronouns are he, him. I am playing Wesley Hale, aka Quasar, also he, him, who is of the Nova playbook. And he's a wild time. It's going to be great.
I think everyone in this group is a bit of a wild type, actually. But yeah, without further delay, let's get started. So, you are all metahumans who currently attend the Corbeau Academy, the premier school for metahumans who are learning how to use their powers. You recently joined, and the founder, Christopher Corbeau, held a sort of training exercise to divide you into groups. And you all ended up in the same squad, which has quickly, in the months since, garnered a bit of a reputation as the collateral damage squad. Not even excluding when you joined, when you did, Quasar did crush a playground. The Corbeau Academy is a storied institution. It was founded by Christopher Corbeau, who was the first metahuman superhero back in the Halcyon days, when most supers were gadgeteers or detectives or powered by super science. He was something different, and when he retired from his superhero career as Windjammer, he started training a new generation of heroes for students named Tracker, Aurochs, Plasma, and Cyclone. And now, those students are, some of them have moved on to other superheroic activities, and some are teachers themselves, including your teachers here at Corbeau Academy. You are a new generation, you might say, of superheroes. And we open up on on three of you in the training room, a high-tech room meant to train metahumans in the use of their powers. So let's just open up with Quasar. So you are in basically this empty room, and walls begin to rise out of the ground. They begin to move across the room, as if on a conveyor or something like that. And you are here. This is your obstacle avoidance course. You can do whatever you want to try and avoid, destroy, do whatever with these obstacles.
Okay. Since that's the case, question.
Yes.
Can I roll for? I'm gonna charge up my powers.
Okay, immediately. All right.
He's going. I have no condition, so it's just rolling. It's 2d6, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything's a 2d6.
All right, we're gonna hope I hit this. Oh, that's nice. That's a 10.
All right, a 10. You don't even mark a condition. You hold 3 burn. So because you're the Nova playbook, you can use burn to fuel your powers.
So Wesley or Quasar is just sort of looking, and you see whoever's watching will just see this sort of like almost like this bending in the like air, like the so stuff just sort of like almost pulls to him, and like almost the room like sort of like bends in and then just like relaxes. And he's like, "Oh, hell yeah, this is gonna be great." And I'm gonna overcharge. Yeah.
Oh
I'm
boy.
using overcharge. Uh, so I'm gonna spend 2 burn here. 2 of my 3 burn.
Okay.
To
So
oh, good.
you are taking a 10 plus to unleashing your powers. So I think one of the walls is just coming right towards you, and you just like you use your powers and it crumples down like a tin can to the point where you can just like hop over it like it's a curb. Uh and you just do this at every obstacle, like gravity shifts and it bends around you. And uh you manage to avoid all of these obstacles. And when this particular course is finished, Christopher Corbeau, who is floating up above the training room in the air, he looks down. He's a man, middle aged, brown hair graying at the temples, and he is smoking a pipe that looks very distinguished. He says, "Good, Quasar, but of course, we also want you to train in your ability to avoid uh, obstacles without the use of your powers. We know you are very powerful, but you cannot only rely on them."
I mean, they're
And
always there. Why would I not?
what does Quasar describe Quasar a bit in the aftermath of this training exercise?
He is pristine, obviously, because he just breezed through the course. um, but yeah, he you see, he's about 6'2", um, dark skin. He has short hair that is sort of like in twists almost, um, and he wears a black and purple super suit with a cape that is purple on the outside and black on the inside, um, and no mask. Is just full face out, um, and he's not incredibly muscular, but he's also not like not muscular, if that makes sense. He's athletic, you could say, in his build. Um, and he's more on the lean side, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this like he has a couple of scars that run through his eyebrows, and purple eyes. Um, and he just sort of has this kind of like confident smirk about him, that's just always plastered on his face. As he goes, well, I mean, like, you know, I mean, I have my powers, so why not use them when I need them?
All right. And next, we cut to Lawless. And Lawless, you, because your power set is much more mental and supportive than Quasar's, um, you are facing off against what the school calls psionic decoys. They are machines, but fitted with devices called psionic nodes that allow telepaths, emotion manipulators, etc., to try out their powers without hurting any other students.
Sure.
So you are facing off in a fight against 3 of these psionic manipulators, and you are being cheered on by uh, one of your teachers, the hero Lucinda Hunter, aka Tracker. She is an a little younger than Corbeau, but definitely older than you, and has enhanced senses and agility, and has some long locks, and she is training you here in your powers and how to use them. So, what do you do to face off against these psionic decoys?
I would like to roll one of my moves. Are you watching closely? When you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll superior. On a hit, they are fooled. At least for a moment, we can get there when we get there. But I would like to create. Let's say you said 3 people. I'm facing off against 3 psionics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to create 3 duplicates of myself, and have them face off while I go eat a sandwich.
All right.
Okay, so I'm rolling my 2d6. That's not great. That's wait for it. Wait, I can do math. 6 plus 3, 9.
9 is still, that's a partial success. That's good.
I'll take it.
Um,
So I can choose
and
2 on that one.
mhm.
I got an opportunity, expose a weakness or flaw. You confuse them for some time, and you avoid further entanglement. So I'm going to choose you confuse them for some time, and you get an opportunity.
Okay. I will say that, yeah, they are thoroughly confused. They are attacking your illusions and just don't understand why their attacks aren't working. And as you're observing them, you see that there is just a weak point on each of their backs that, distracted as they are, you could easily just go in and turn each of them off.
Exactly what I'm going to do. So sandwich in one hand, just walking around behind the back, just click, click, click. Do we need to do this every time?
Tracker looks at you and just says, well, you're getting better, so I would say yes. Just remember, most of the enemies that you're facing won't have off buttons. Or, well, okay, they probably will have off buttons, but it's really frowned upon to push those.
Sounds like you're telling me I should be pushing those.
I'm explicitly telling you the opposite. Please do not kill people.
I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't think you do,
No,
actually.
same page. You and me in copacetic. I understand.
And before we move on, what can you describe Lawless a little bit for us?
Lawless is short and round, maybe about 5 foot. Often looks like passes for younger than they are, which is about 17. She has short, dark, curly hair and dark skin, and a perpetual sort of smirk of, I don't want to call it superiority, but I'm going to call it superiority.
I mean, you do have a +3 in
I've got a
superior.
+3. I don't know what you want me to say. And is wearing just like jeans and a hoodie. Just if they have a super suit, no one has seen it yet.
All right. And so then we cut to our villain turned hero, question mark, Phobia. And you are also facing off against one of these psionic decoys, but this one is supposed to simulate a much larger foe. It towers not quite twice your height, but it is very much larger and bulkier than you. And how do you go about facing this foe?
And so phobia is, God, I always start sentences like this, and I already feel Will judging me because I was going to say what I always say, which is they are considering their options, which is my favorite thing to say in these moments. They're debating whether or not they want to use their powers or attempt to face off against this enemy without them. I don't think they have that level of confidence yet, though. So they are going to tap into their ability to manipulate fears and see what horrors they can show this obstacle in front of them to distract it enough to be able to take it down.
All right. So unless you have a specific move, so you're first trying to distract it. Okay, so let's say this would be unleash your powers.
100%. That's going to be a 12.
All right. Yeah, so you burrow into this creature's mind. It's not like anything that you've experienced before outside of these training sessions, because it is a sort of a artificial simulation of not even consciousness but psychic energy. But your powers do sort of grab on to something resembling a psychic fear response, and the the decoy that was swinging at you halts in its tracks, and you are now able. I am saying it is thoroughly distracted that you can go and do whatever you want to take it down.
I think what they want to do, rather than going for the off switch, is to see about physically taking it down. So since it has frozen, they're looking to take out its legs. They're looking to get it on the ground because this is something they're not used to doing. They're used to distracting people, they're used to terrifying them, they're used to making them run. They are not used to fighting.
All right. But with a 12, I think you do manage to, like, you can just kick it in the knee and it will just sort of fall down. And you have to then sort of jump back out of the way to avoid the falling robot. But you have defeated your enemy, and Tracker does applaud you a little bit, and it says, "All right, that is very good. Using your powers in combination with an actual physical takedown with a look to Lawless. And before we move on, just describe phobia real quick for us.
So when we first saw phobia, we couldn't actually see much of them because they are wearing a hooded sweatshirt with the hood up, and it almost seems like their face just goes into shadow at that point. You can't see anything in that darkness. They're wearing like jeans and sneakers along with it. It is not a uniform by any stretch of the imagination. And once Tracker starts talking to them, they do push the hood back and show that they are wearing a half face mask, very Winter Soldier esque. You can't see the lower half of their face at all. Their eyes are dark and they have messy blue hair with an undercut. They're breathing a little hard because they're not used to physical takedowns like that.
All right. And finally, arriving late to the training session is our Janice Blindside. And first, describe for quickly just what was keeping you.
Yeah, Blindside is gonna come in hot, literally. Kind of land. I think try to do like a cool 3-point superhero landing, but the timing is just a little bit off because he is in such a hurry. And he stumbles a little bit at the last second, tries to play it off. But I think he was coming from school. It's hard to tell because you can't really see much of him. His costume is a lot more concealing, I think, than a lot of the others here that we've seen. But he's probably a little bit older than the others, maybe like 18, 19, possibly even early 20s. Kind of hard to say. But above the table, I think he was coming from like his morning college class. And there was like a bank robbery along the way that he ended up having to change into his costume to try to stop. And that's why he's late. It's kind of perpetually late.
And as you arrive and like sort of 3-point landing, sort of play it off as like a role type thing, you see that the training room is folding back in on itself. The deactivated decoys are getting sort of scooped away back into the walls where there is where they can be repaired or refurbished or anything like that. And Tracker looks to you and says, "Ah, so our mystery hero finally arrives."
I'm here. I'm here. I made it. Don't put the thing away. I made it.
Unfortunately, training session is over. But we may have something coming up if you don't have any other obligations. We may have a field mission. And she sort of, I guess, leans, just sort of turns her back to the others, and so that she can talk to Blindside confidentially, and says, "Look, you do show a lot of promise, and I think you could be even like a field captain someday, but you have to stop splitting yourself like this. You have to learn to commit to something."
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Blindside. I'm 100% Blindside. All Blindside all the time. I don't know what you mean.
Well, all blindside all the time, and the rest of the Squad Omega, you are. We have possibly a field investigation more than training. I think I'll let our headmaster explain this to you. And Christopher Corbeau just flies down from where he's been in this sort of superior position looking over all of you. He puffs his cigar and he says, "Right. So, I don't know how many of you know about my former student, Orox. He was one of my first class, and he went to... Well, not all of my students stayed with the school, and he went to endeavors that I less approve of. We don't have anything concrete on him, but I do know that he has been putting together a team such as this. We've been tracking where their appearances have been. They have, by all accounts, tried to save the city. They've done standard superhero activities, but I'm still suspicious. So we're going to fly you out to the city, and we will... I want you to learn anything you can about this new team.
Why are you suspicious of them if they're doing good things and this was someone you taught?
Well, because he's always been a troubled member of our team. And frankly, I don't see why he couldn't do this training under me. We have Tracker and Cyclone training squads like yours. Why is he off training his own? It's Max of...
Are you like jealous?
Oh,
Or-
he's
Sound
so
bitter as
jealous.
fuck.
Don't be ridiculous. I don't expect you
fine
to
if you are,
understand
so don't
all
move
of the intricacies, but
Guys, obviously he's jealous. You don't have to point it out. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
He
Look,
doesn't seem to know.
Yeah, we needed to tell him.
They're born to be self-aware.
he looks like his eyebrows furrow, and he has these like just very wild bushy eyebrows, and so when he gets annoyed, he looks really annoyed, and he just says, "Tracker, we can send another team, right?"
Wait. We get to skip class for this, right?
Yes, this is, well, in a way, this is class. It's in the field training.
Oh, that makes it less fun, but I like skipping class.
Yeah, I'm down.
Fuck
I
yes.
agree.
We're already here, you know.
Hold up
All
my
right.
hand to Lawless for a high five.
Report to Cyclone. She'll take you in the jump jet over to the city, where we think the next appearance will be.
Should we be in full on attire for this, or is this like a street mission? Like, what's going on?
Yes, this is an official Corbeau Academy mission. Please use any uniforms that you have been provided with, and looks at specifically Lawless and Phobia, who are at this moment wearing like Levi's.
Alice rolls her eyes and creates like what are those called? Like a domino mask over her face. Like, ta-da!
I'm wearing a mask, sir. Like that's enough, right?
He thinks for a moment and then looks at just looks at Tracker and says, "Just get them ready and get them to Cyclone."
So we don't even need a mask, and like, why hide who we are? Quasar says, as my face is just fully out there for everybody to see.
Takes all kinds, sir.
All right. And so you, I think if there's nothing else, you are in the jump jet with another teacher that you've trained with, who is also the school pilot, Elitis Weatherell, aka Cyclone. She can make psychic storms.
You answered my question. I was going to ask how it was spelled. I heard
Yes, it is spelled
Yeah.
PSI because of course it is.
Cyclone.
is.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And you, once everyone is strapped in, she says, "It'll just be a quick hop over to the city. We will get you hovering over, and you can do the jump with Quasar that we've practiced, right?"
Oh, yeah, sure. I got it.
All right. And you get a view as the small plane flies over the city, and you can see once you approach, there is a sort of a crowd gathering a safe distance away from a man in an orange uniform and orange goggles, who is just like seemingly causing random unfocused destruction. You hover over the street, and the back of the plane opens, and Cyclone says back to you, "Everyone ready to jump?"
We gotta fight that guy.
This is where our information led us. Fight him, and
that's not Aurochs.
that is. She looks over and says, "Looks like it might be Burnout, maybe? He got broken out of jail a few weeks ago. And Burnout is a hero that some of you might have heard of. He's like a very mid-tier villain. He usually just like henches for more charismatic villains. And you are able to he's just a guy. He's not very well renowned. He has fire powers, as you might expect from his name, but he's not a threat, and he doesn't seem to be particularly threatening right now.
All right. Well, let's do this jump. Everybody ready? I definitely have this. It's gonna be fine.
The more you say it.
Yeah.
This is something you've practiced before in a controlled environment, lowering the gravity so that your team can drift to the ground. So when you're all ready, you can jump and lower yourselves down to street level.
do want to say I think Blindside is gonna like kind of do a quick stretch, and as he does so, he's gonna say to Quasar, "Why don't you focus on those two? I want the element of surprise."
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. Wait, you don't want me to do anything, right? You just gonna do your own thing? Is that what you're saying?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, cool. Just let me know if you need me to. All right. And then he jumps in. Come on, everybody.
I
All
think
right.
Phobia looks at Lawless and is just like, "Are we actually doing this?
Hell yeah, man. Let's go.
All right, fuck yeah, let's do it."
And you, the three of you, minus Blindside, jump out of the plane and land on the asphalt, and you can see this villain Burnout is just like he's sometimes like letting loose gouts of flame. He like tries to kick over a mailbox, but he's not like he doesn't have super strength. He just has fire powers, so he kind of just kicks a mailbox. And he's like, "Rare, hey, I'm doing evil stuff here on behalf of myself, actually. Yeah, I hope no one comes and stops me, because I'm a villain and I broke out of prison."
Is one of your villainous things destroying the USPS property? Because I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
He looks at you for the first time and he's like, the face he makes is like genuine confusion, and he's like, "Wait, who are you?"
Who are you?
I'm Burnout. I'm a villain. I'm kind of doing something here.
Yeah,
Are
when
you?
you have to announce yourself, it's not a great sign. But sorry, go ahead.
Well, okay. I mean, you know who I am, right? And he kicks the post office again, the post office box again. It still does not do anything because he does not have super strength. In the meantime, what is Blindside doing?
So Blindside, after the others like leave the plane and start to like sink down to the ground very gradually, is gonna just leap out into the air, and kind of start to free fall, but he is gonna kind of tuck his arms back. I don't think I described Blindside. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, why don't we take this moment to do that?
Sure. In kind of similar to Quasar, but a little bit more so. Blindside is definitely built like an athlete. He may be like a football player. It's kind of hard to say exactly, but he is a little over 6 feet tall, very good shape. His costume basically it's a suit that covers everything from like his feet to like just under his hair. And there are lenses where his eyes would be, but there's no like features for his mouth or anything like that. It's predominantly gold and dark blue. Then he wears like a kind of like a bomber jacket over that, which is similarly that dark blue color. And he tucks his arms back and kind of manages to like steer himself over towards one of the buildings. And when he hits like the skyscraper, the side of it, he flips over and touches his feet to it, and then just kind of starts almost surfing down the side of it, even though there's nothing under his feet. There's like no friction there. Um, and then when he gets to a reasonable level, he's going to just kick off of that building over to like the next one and do that basically until he reaches burnout. But I think he's actually going to he has not heard any of this conversation, so I think he just assumes we're going into this fight, and he's just going to try to directly engage burnout while he's distracted.
Okay. You are directly engaging a threat, I think, by the most literal definition.
Yep. Yep. Let's do that. Yeah. Awesome. That's a 5.
Ooh.
Go ahead and mark potential for that.
Mark
Off to
potential
a
for
great
that.
start.
I think this is I think it's another thing that it you go in for like a hit, and then Burnout turns around and like tries to kick like a lamppost, but he's not where you not where he was a second ago. And so you kind of, it's another like turns into a 3-point landing that then turns into a roll, but you don't hit him. And I will say, you are just uh, you get into like some sort of crouching position, but like that was not a good landing.
Yeah, no, I feel like I hit the ground and then I kind of just roll a little bit, and he doesn't look hurt, but I think he looks around a little self-conscious, and I think you can also see that he has a slight like golden aura coming off of him now from after he hit the ground and a bunch of times.
And as that happens, Burnout does just turn around again, and he's just like, "Wait, what? Who are you? You're not them either." And at that moment, another team appears at the end of the street, all wearing green and purple uniforms, with they're like spandex uniforms with V-necks, and sort of this it seems very triangular, the color blocking. And all of you, but especially especially Phobia, recognize the team's leader, uh, who is a villain that you have worked with before, Snake Eyes. And as they run up, they start going in and just attacking Burnout. And Snake Eyes recognizes you, even with the mask and hood, and just says, "Hey, kid, scram."
No, absolutely not. You don't give me
It's all
orders
good.
anymore.
It's all good, guys. Obviously, there's some kind of mix-up. We got this. You guys can. You don't have to do. You can go.
I'm charging.
And I think I think that the team, having easily defeated Burnout, they turn to you and they say, specifically, Snake Eyes says, "You got one chance to get out of here."
Or what?
And she just turns to another one of her team members, who is taller and sort of cocky looking, and says, "All right, contrail, go." And he just rockets at you specifically. And I will say, honestly, they're attacking you outright. You challenged them.
I did.
I'd like to defend if possible, but I think Quasar maybe had the same thought.
Yeah, I'm charging up my powers.
All right.
I'm doing it. That is an 8.
An 8. And if I remember, that means that you hold 3 burn, but you do mark a condition. So what condition is, or what is Quasar feeling right now?
Angry?
I feel like that would make sense.
Like they just walked up here and were like, "Whoa, get away!" Like we're all heroes here, so I'm mad. Um, and if I may, I'd like to use one of my.
So first, since we're getting in a fight, I think we should add team to the pool. So you have one team just to start. And then let's see, what are the questions? Yes. So first of all, does your team have a leader? Actually, we never. Wait, we did decide. I think that
Did.
My
Blindside is the
default.
leader. So do you have? Does Blindside have influence over every teammate?
I surely do not.
All right.
So close.
Does everyone have the same purpose in this
Wait,
fight?
no, sorry.
I
Maybe I,
thought you
do.
do, yeah.
Yeah,
I think you
apparently I
Yeah.
do. I thought that I did not. Yes, I do.
Okay. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? I would probably. It seems
Roughly,
like
show
you're.
these jerks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
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 Who are
Um.
you to come in here with your matching suits?
Team leader, Blindside, do you mistrust? Or wait, no. Does anyone mistrust Blindside or the team? Rather.
I mean, no cause.
I don't think so.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
I don't know that I can say yes.
Yeah, that's very
Okay.
fair. I think we had a relationship connection about that. Yeah, I refused to tell you my secret identity when you asked because I don't
Oh,
fully believe you're
yeah.
not a villain. So
Yeah.
Okay, so we are
I don't think we
removing
have
a
trust
team.
there. Yeah.
no,
No.
probably not.
And I would say you're ill prepared or off balance. I think that would make sense.
Mhm.
So we're actually back to just one team.
Lovely.
Nice.
Love
All
that for
right.
us.
Oh, yeah. What could go wrong?
We're gonna be fine. Yeah.
Okay. So, it looked like we had a couple people who wanted to defend. Who is trying to defend?
I am. Good. Okay. Question: the person who's rushing, are they coming at one person in particular, or just kind of like in general?
I would say at phobia in particular.
That's what I was thinking.
Because Snake Eyes specifically has beef with phobia. She doesn't like any of you specifically. But yeah, Contrail is coming directly at phobia.
Then, what I would like to do, if I may, is I'd like to spin a burn, on Snatch. And if you allow me, it does say object, but it says also the size of a person. So up to the size of a person. So if I may just sort of like if I can pop this off for just like you feel almost like phobia, you would feel like this like um almost like a warm blanket of gravity surround your entire being, and then you are yanked from the position you're standing in.
We've had this question come up in games before, and I'm pretty sure our consensus was people can be objects consensually.
Yes. And I think in this case, they are not going to fight that. They are going to accept that.
Yeah.
All right.
Quasar will just go. We'll talk about it later if you want, but like,
Yeah, so you are jerked out of the way. Contrail flies past you, leaving a cloud of smoke behind, and then stops and skids to a stop down the street. And At this, Snake Eyes is going to turn to the rest of you and say, "Listen, we are here to take down metahuman threats. If that's you, then we got trouble."
Yeah, your guy's way down the street. So what are you gonna do?
She's like, "I have two other guys here. Well, girls, but she points to her two um her two companions, one of whom uh has they're both in the same uniforms. One of them has black lipstick and like a very gothic choker, and one of them has a spotted tail and green cat-like pupils. And the latter, Ocelot, unsheaths her claws, and the former starts glowing with this sort of magic aura. What does your team do?
Can I roll to provoke someone? I want to try
You
and get
can.
under Snake Eyes' skin. So let's see. Lawless will say, "Oh, sorry, you've got 2 extra people. Still think you're outnumbered, and you haven't explained what you're doing here yet, except maybe trying to stop a threat. Again, your most threatening person ran away. So, I'm gonna try to provoke them, and also, well, we'll see what happens. Oh no, that's a 5. Well, that's an 8.
Oh, the +3 superior is
Really coming in clutch.
really coming in clutch. So on a 7 to 9, you can choose one. They stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity, or they overreact and you gain influence over them.
I want influence over them.
All right. I think that is what happens. Like you tick her off. Just something about you in general and how you talk to her.
I get that a lot, yeah.
She is like she's less focused on phobia now, actually. And she's like, "Arcana, Ocelot, deal with the rest. This one is mine."
Hell yeah.
And I think she is going to just she is going to touch the telephone pole nearby, and it will start glowing with just a dark aura. You're not entirely sure what's happening yet, but she's doing something with her powers. All right. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I had a question.
Yeah.
So Phobia got like yanked out of the way, and Contrail,
Contrail, yeah.
Contrail just kind of like barreled right past. Does that mean that they're now kind of where I am? Because I like missed my initial attack.
Yeah,
and then, like,
Contrail
slowed down
is like
Cool.
a little bit past you. Like he went a little bit past you, but he's down the street with you in the same
Cool.
way that you also
Cool.
missed your attack and kept going.
And I think Blindside is gonna just kind of like walk towards Contrail and like almost like wave as he gets close and says, "So are you're just strong? Is that like your thing?"
And he looks a little bit confused that like you're talking to him and like making conversation, and he's like, I have biothermal propulsion. It,
Oh, nice.
I rocket.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Kind of like this. And then that glowing, that like golden aura around Blindside is going to kind of flare up, and he's going to launch himself like a rocket at Contrail.
Okay. Yeah, I will say this is directly engaging a threat.
Makes sense. Hopefully this goes better.
Hopefully.
A little torn. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Better. That is an 8.
Okay. That is an 8. So, all right.
I think. Yeah. I get to pick one.
Get to pick one, resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with a classic and take something from them, but I think what I'd like to say is their, if I can, this is kind of a loose interpretation, but like their presence in the fight. Like I want to hit them so hard that I just like send them flying.
Okay. All right. I will say that at least for a little bit, like you hit them, and I think whatever you do, you both hit them, just start them going really fast, and when they're going that fast, like in order to not crash into the ground and die, they have to activate their power, and so they just keep going, and they could be back, but they're definitely going to be taking the long way around. And then we go to Phobia. So Phobia, the one that Snake Eyes referred to as Arcana, is
my new
facing
goth girlfriend.
you.
Just to establish this.
Oh,
for you.
Yeah. Love that for you. She pulls, she takes out a deck of tarot cards and pulls one out and flips it around. And it is the death card. And immediately, sort of this light construct surrounds her. And she basically gets these illusory robes and a Sith. And says, "All right, if you want to go, then let's go."
This is where the line between
hot.
JD and Phobia blurs.
I think Phobia fully says, "God, that's hot," in response to that. That wasn't even just JD making commentary. And squares up and says, I mean, we don't have to do this. I can think of a lot of other things we could do, but I mean, I could imagine your head's a pretty scary place. I guess we can see how scary it can get.
All right, are you unleashing your powers?
I am. Yes, okay, wait. I am at exactly a 7.
At exactly a 7. Okay. So you sort of you dive into her psyche, and you see basically, I think actually you see sort of a metaphorical fear of hers, that it is just the image of the tower, disaster, a tower being struck by lightning, everything going wrong, and she freezes for a second, and she uh, her weapon sort of dissipates as it strikes at you, but then she does still basically get a, not with a weapon, but just a regular punch on you. It's not a powerful blow, but I think it smarts emotionally a little bit. So
What a phrase.
I will say, would you want, depending on how you are reacting, would you rather take insecure or angry?
Insecure. I think that
Okay.
tracks for this fight. I don't think I'm angry. She's still hot. I'm still into this.
Okay.
Insecure because she hits me and I say thank you.
Yeah.
Then we go over to perhaps our most mismatched fight. It is Quasar versus Ocelot, who is basically just a cat person, kind of. She has claws, and she is running at you and jumps off the mailbox to swipe at you.
So there's just this like I'm like slightly turned, like this cool angle, right? As I'm looking at her, and my eyes start to glow, the like really deep purple that they are, and as I go, I hope you have 9 of those. And then and then I try to, what I'm trying to do here is I just hold up my hand like this, and then I lower it as I'm trying to increase gravity
Okay.
to either slow her down or stop her.
Is this a specific flare, or are you just using your powers?
I'm just using my power.
Okay, I would say this is pretty directly engaging a threat.
Alrighty, this is gonna be a fun time. What's my danger? That's not good. All right, well, that's not bad at roll though. And then that's 6 and 2, so that's 8 plus 1 to 9.
9. Okay. So with a 9, all right. So you can take 1, resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Sounds like you're trying to take the ability to stand from her.
I'm trying to mostly just like stopping her in her tracks. So I guess that might be like resist or avoid their blows, in a way.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she flies at you, and then almost like a cartoon, just goes down onto the pavement. She was doing a very agile jump, and then you know when it's like really hot and cats will like spread out on linoleum. It's very much like that.
It's a
Um,
little too heavy for you.
She goes no bones.
she goes no bones. And yeah, she sort of begins to struggle up after her attack. But we are going to go to our last matchup. So Lawless, what are you doing as you seemed to have uh really pissed off Snake Eyes?
Excellent. I think I see that she's getting ready to do something with her powers, and I want to try and unleash my powers to negate what she's doing with my power negation.
Interesting. Roll plus freak then.
Don't have a whole lot of that, so we'll see how this goes.
I believe in you.
That's an 8.
All right, an 8 is still temporary. So I think that as she goes to sort of curse you with her luck powers, you, for a split second, negate her powers, and it's basically like she just grabbed your shoulders for a second, and it's a little awkward. But then she like takes her hands off, and then her aura comes back around them, and she is going to come at you again. What do you do?
Let's see. I would like to. I kind of want to just punch her in the face.
Okay.
Just because I feel like that'll be irritating.
Are you trying to like actually like fight her? So are you directly engaging a threat, or are you provoking her again?
This is a definitely a provocation.
Okay. Roll provoke someone then.
7, 10.
10. Okay. They rise to the bait and do what you want.
I mean, I would like them to leave. That feels like a big ask, but I think she'll just say instead, like, look, I think we got off on the wrong foot. You and your team of losers here should just go somewhere else.
And
No notes.
she will, like, you. It's not enough to do harm because, you have mostly mental powers, and also you've been doing your training by just turning off robots instead of actually fighting them. But she's just like, she holds her nose for a second and wipes just like a little bit of just bloody nose from it. And she's just like, fine, whatever. All right, team. And she like looks around, and it's like Ocelot is just flat down on the pavement. Basically, Contrail is gone. Only Arcana is actually left in the fight in any meaningful way. And she's just like, all right, team, just gather up Burnout and let's move out. Orox wants some progress, and we're going to do a press conference later, so like wash up or whatever. And I don't know, Arcana, scry on where Contrail went to, because I have no idea where he went. And
just like point over my shoulder to like the building that I knocked them into, because we are collateral damage squad.
Yeah, there's like shattered glass in this skyscraper. And she's like, okay, wait, none of us can fly. We gotta take the elevator. And they go and try to, like, you see them go up the street with Burnout still with them in like hard light handcuffs that Arcana has made. And they're trying to negotiate with the doorman to get inside the building. And you are left only with the knowledge that Orox is doing a press conference later today. And I think actually we are close enough that that is a good point for our break. So we'll be taking a few minutes. Everyone, go get some water, uh, do anything you need to do, and we will be back with more masks and more collateral damage. Welcome back, everyone, to our Masks actual play. Just before we jump back in, just a reminder that in the chat you can type !donate to get the donate links for Project Hope, and !ceasefire to see how to contact your legislators and a script for contacting your legislators. And now we will get back into the story with the Collateral Damage Squad. So I think that we have reconvened back at the school. You have learned that this afternoon, Orox, the former student of Christopher Corbeau, has been has made a new team of superheroes and is planning a press conference here at later this afternoon. And you meet with Corbeau, Tracker, and Cyclone to discuss your findings. And Corbeau says, well, clearly we have to send all of you to also investigate this press conference. There's clearly something afoot, especially if a former villain like Snake Eyes is involved.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Do you guys think Arcana's going to be there?
Is that how you're thinking
It's a
about?
bad idea.
Is that?
It sounds like a great idea to me.
I mean, I say go for it. Yeah, live your life. Live your truth. That's what I always say.
Really bad idea.
You're also
Just means it's a
supportive.
good idea.
Cyclone says, it looks like a lot of this team is most of what he's been planning. I think it's a better than even bet that the whole team will be at the press conference.
Good.
What?
Yes,
Quasar?
Quasar?
Oh,
Sorry, I'll let you call on people. I'm just a team. It's
No. So, did anybody else see the way Burn Spot, whatever his name is? He was like not really a villain. He was kind of villain. You know what I mean?
He was giving villain light.
Yeah, it was a weird vibe.
I saw it, and I play a lot of Souls-like games, and it just reminded me. And we walked up, and he was like, "Rawr, I'm a villain," and then I was like, "That's bait." You know what I mean? I don't know. Seemed very
It is
sketchy.
canon that Quasar is a gamer. Tracker says, so you think it might have been a false flag or something to make that team look good?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. He said,
It felt like
he said didn't he say something about we weren't the ones he was expecting?
Yeah, he was looking for someone.
And he was way too prepared. The way that he dodged my
he wasn't really
attack,
trying.
there's no other explanation.
A guy like that, I feel like.
Wait, what do you mean? You said he wasn't even expecting you. What do you mean he dodged your attack?
Yeah, like he was clearly ready for something. Maybe it wasn't us. Also, that other team had somebody with like similar powers, so he was clearly like ready for that. Clearly.
Clearly. All right, then.
Yeah,
We
he
may.
wasn't really trying. Go on, but honestly,
I think he's mostly just kicking things, which is weird for a guy with fire powers.
Did a lot of kicking. Not
Yeah.
effective kicking, but kicking.
The mailbox, like why?
it's a
It's a
choice.
felony.
You know,
Service.
I'm just saying.
Mind
If
of the
I'm
villain
gonna be a villain,
is.
I'm gonna like crush a building or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, do something wild.
Don't say that. Don't say that. We've
Just
talked
saying,
about
like,
that. Don't say
I'm not
that.
gonna do
Said
it.
if.
I'm not gonna do it, man. I'm like, look at me, I'm Quasar, but like,
You're always saying I could crush a. That sounds like a threat. You understand that it kind of sounds like a threat. Like I know you're not going to do it, but you always say
no,
it.
but but it's like I could, if I really wanted to. Like,
Sure.
I could, but I don't because I'm a hero. It's just, it's just nice to know that you can do a thing.
Sure.
It's getting late.
All right. So, I feel like I should say don't crush any buildings on this mission. I have heard what the other students have said about your reputation, but please try to keep collateral damage to a minimum.
They're not
You
none.
said it.
A minimum.
Minimum.
I mean, the minimum is 0 when you think about it.
You said don't crush any buildings on this mission, right? Yeah.
I mean, I will probably say that before every mission, if we're being honest.
What if you forget to say it though?
I mean, I can say it right now that don't crush buildings ever. I feel like that is a rule that I can lay down comfortably.
We have to crush a building to succeed in the mission.
He pauses for a second and then looks at Cyclone and it's like, can you go get them in position?
I just real quick, what do you want us to do? Because like they didn't do anything. I mean, like we're in a kind of a glass house here, right? Like that team has former villains. We kind of.
No. Are you comparing me to Snake Eyes?
Explicitly, weren't you partners in supercrime?
I mean, I worked with her, but I wouldn't say we're the same.
I'm just saying that, like, I'm confused about what our objective is because if they're a team of superheroes who have an ex-villain on them, then that's also describing us.
I like nudge Lawless, and I'm just like, ooh.
Well, I think it changes things that it appears that they aren't actually a team of superheroes. They're a fake team of superheroes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We can't prove that. I guess what I mean is like we go to the press conference. What do you want us to do there? Just like listen?
Listen and investigate, and if you find Aurochs, fight him? I don't know.
But like,
How did
has
we
he
get
done
from point A
anything
to point
wrong?
B? That seems like an escalation, sir.
No, I'm here for this. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, then me
Sure.
three. But
Yeah.
I'm not
Is
saying
it like
I
an
won't
on-site
fight
thing? Like
him.
if we see him. Yeah.
Listen. He is trouble. And I am worried about this sort of thing coming up unsupervised. And Oh, just go do it.
I'm so sorry to be the sticking point here, but what you're describing is a hit.
Well, don't kill him.
Well, you want us to go to a place, and if we see a guy, fight him. Like, do you want us to wait for him to do something wrong? Do you want us to like find evidence of crimes or something
Yes,
first? Because like
that.
okay.
Expose him
Great.
and then fight him.
Feel a lot better about this now.
Expose him.
The old expose and fight.
I guess I could shrink his clothes or something, but
Not
what do
that.
you mean?
Crimes.
This is
Expose
crime.
his crimes.
Yes, do not expose his anything else. Right. And you I think that he is going to basically fly away by just floating straight up into the air and then in a direction that you can't follow. And then Lucinda
pipe lit?
Tracker.
Does he keep that pipe lit?
It's part of his powers.
Lucinda just looks at you and says, "Oh, he doesn't actually smoke."
What does he have?
Classic.
Okay.
Like a comfort thing?
All right.
Like a stress ball?
Is it like a stress ball?
For his mouth.
His mouth?
Stress pipe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like a blankie?
Sucking on things. Got it.
Pacifier. Got it.
I recommend that you don't ever say that to his face.
I have.
So do say it to his face.
I don't know how I can make this more clear that when I say stuff, I usually mean the stuff that I say.
The opposite of the stuff that you say. Got it.
Go crush a building. All right, let's move out.
No!
And then run.
Cyclone, can you explain to them on the trip over that they aren't supposed to crush any buildings? I mean, I
Welcome to
can
try.
I can try. All right. So if you are ready to go and expose and or fight the Aurochs and his team at the press conference, we can head over there.
I will say I think there's a moment, either before we go to leave or well en route, where Phobia goes to blindside and just says, "Something you want to say to me?"
Oh, it's a bad idea. Don't try to date the enemy.
Wasn't what I was talking about. Don't need your input either.
Okay. What are we talking about then?
Comparison you made between me and Snake Eyes, obviously.
I don't think you're like Snake Eyes, except for all the ways that you are like Snake Eyes.
Yeah,
I don't
name
know if
them. Name them.
you were partners and you were supervillains, and now you're not.
Okay, well, we don't know that she's not still a supervillain,
Right.
but I'm not a supervillain
Right.
anymore.
Right. Yes. That is a true thing.
You don't believe me.
We've only been like a team for a month. I'm not saying you are. I'm operating under the assumption you're not.
I mean, that's pretty rich coming from a guy whose face we don't even get to see. For all we know, you're out there doing villainous activity, and that's why you're always late for training exercises.
That's crazy. My crime fighting activities are well documented. Very extensive. I'm
Lawless,
only blindside.
Lawless creates a live studio audience that goes, oh.
There's the only reason for the mask is because there's nothing important under here. I do this. This is my whole life. Blindside.
Well, it sounds like you're crushed by more weight than I can even create.
What is your deal, man? Like 1 second you're talking about like crushing buildings, and then you're saying very weirdly profound things that
I
are
mean,
inaccurate, I might add. I am not crushed under the weight of anything. I'm fine.
Say that to your schedule. But at the end of the day, if you don't mind me chiming in here, you two. No, yeah, okay. At the end of the day, you can't judge people on the past things they've done, only the things they try to do moving forward. So you just kind of have to like.
I'm not judging anyone. It's just an observation that like
that's a judgment. You know what I mean?
No, because there's no malice attached to it. I don't think Phobia is like a bad person.
I mean, think about it. Judges in court aren't supposed to have malice either, but they are judges.
Okay, well, that feels like a gotcha.
I mean, it is. And then I just like lean back in my chair.
Yeah, they recline all the way. And at that, Cyclone leans back and says, all right, go in there and find out exactly what Orox is trying to do with this whole maybe fake superhero team. Just I don't know, be good. And I think that this is specifically said to you, Blindside, as the team leader. And she is going to try to shift your labels. And that would be, I would say, freak down and savior up.
Okay, I will take that. I think that's pretty in line with my goals as a hero. Freak down, savior up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then this time you're not like deployed or anything. Like she drops you off a couple blocks away in a park because you're just going to a press conference.
Hey, listen. I feel like there's been a lot of misunderstandings during this past conversation, and I want you all to know that I trust you all implicitly. And to that end, I think we should split up for a little while, just for the press conference. I'll see what information I can track down, and if you three want to watch the press conference and keep an eye and make sure that nothing happens.
That's not splitting up. Like you go in pairs when you split up.
Yeah, you're just describing you going off by yourself, which is deeply sus.
I maybe have like a way to find out more information, but I need to do it alone.
Trust is, what?
Trust. We're talking about trust. I need you
Yeah.
three to trust me.
That's like, but you won't tell us what you're like trying to do. That's kind of
Yeah.
opposite. Of trust.
Where's the trust? Like, you're a leader and you're basically like, I'm gonna walk away and leave the three of you alone. With no leadership.
It does
Okay.
mean fewer rules.
Oh, it does. You know what? Never
It
mind.
does mean
Yeah.
We can crush so many buildings.
That's the trust. I'm trusting you three not to crush any buildings or do anything, and then I'm asking you to trust me to do what I need to do.
Sure you don't need any backup or something for what you're doing?
If I do, I will call you. I will call for you all.
You seem to have a hard time saying that.
I've been doing this for a while, not as part of a team by myself. It's still getting used to it. And
Just because you're
still getting
old
used to that.
doesn't mean anything.
Not old. Didn't say that I was old. Just used to working by myself. Okay, look, as a sign of trust, I may have been downplaying. I'm maybe not just blindside all the time.
You're a super villain.
What?
No, not that. Sometimes I'm just like a regular person. And that regular person might be able to find out more information about this press conference and Orox.
You don't want us to know your secret identity. That's what it is.
That it's that. Yes.
Oh. Huh. Well,
Just say
that's
that then.
boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do whatever boring stuff you need to do.
Yeah, go do your boring stuff. We'll have fun.
Cool. Yeah. Not too a normal amount of fun. Like
Sure.
a regular, like a press conference amount of fun.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah. I should probably
Cool.
not be wearing this, and I started to take off my super suit.
Change into street clothes.
It's fine. Street clothes are underneath.
I'll come find you when.
So you approach the convention center where this press conference is being held, and there are a lot of cameras. There's press. He's announced this in advance. So Blindside, or rather, I guess, River, you head out on your own. And where do the rest of you go?
So Wesley takes off the super suit and is just wearing like a hoodie and jeans underneath. Leaves the boots on because I didn't bring another pair of shoes. And he just sort of like is holding the suit, and then it just shrinks into his hand, and he puts it in his pocket, and he's like, "All right, shall we go to this conference thingy?"
Guess we at least make an appearance.
All right. So the three of you wait in with the small crowd that has gathered. And before the conference begins, you do notice there is, you are approached by one costumed hero who is in attendance. And you would probably recognize her as Plasma, another one of Corbeau's students, Valerie Rao, who, instead of staying at the school, became the leader of the metahuman response team of the government organization Department M. And she approaches you and says, specifically to Quasar first, she says, you must be Wesley Hale? Quasar? No?
Yeah, that's who I am.
One of. So then, are these two other Corbeau students?
Yeah, these are my friends.
Hmm.
That's. Well, I let them introduce themselves.
Hey.
What's up?
Okay, so they do not introduce themselves. And she says, yes, we do keep an eye on people that look like they are very powerful metahumans. That's the reason I recognized you. I just did want to say that the metahuman response team, I am the representative here, and I don't want any of Corbeau's students to cause trouble on his behalf.
Oh, you came to give the cop speech. Gotcha.
I am not giving any sort of cop speech. I just
I
want
mean, you're
to be
talking and you're a
clear.
cop, so like, it's a cop speech.
Regardless, do not cause any trouble, or the metahuman response team will respond.
Okay.
That sounds like something a cop would say.
It does sound very cop.
She rolls her eyes at you and is trying to shift, I would say, Quasar's labels here.
Right.
I think
Whoa.
because she thinks that you are possibly dangerous, this would be. She is trying to tell you to just stay out of it. So I'm going to say this will be mundane up and superior down. You can try and resist it.
I will try to resist it.
Okay.
I want to be normal.
Reject. You can try to reject her influence. Is that just 2d6?
All right. We're gonna see how this goes. Oh, that'd be bad. 2 4s, so 8.
8. Okay, so you choose one. Clear a condition or mark potential by acting immediately to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down of your choice, or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
I have to. I know I could clear a condition, which I do have one, but I don't want to, because I'd rather do the other side of that, and so I will mark a potential, and immediately, so as she's like talking to me, and like I feel this like sort of like her trying to like influence me in some way, I'm just gonna go, huh? And then my eyes start to glow purple, and then immediately the like surrounding area around me on the ground cracks under immense weight as I'm putting down. I'll do what I want.
All right. She manages to stay standing, but she looks very unsteady, and she seems to be keeping a closer eye on you, but she is sufficiently cowed and goes back to her position observing this um observing this press conference. But you can, like, even when you're looking away, you can feel her eyes just burrowing into you. And River, what are you doing? Uh, Not as blindside, but as a normal person.
River finds like the last remaining phone booth in the city and like changes out of his costume and into civilian clothes. Just so happens to be nearby. But when he emerges, he has like dark hair, like black hair. He's, good looking guy. He has his ears pierced. That's really the only thing that stands out about him. But he's wearing like a button down, like a short sleeve button down shirt and like slacks, and he has his student ID like on a lanyard around his neck. That probably denotes him as a student journalist at the university. And he is going to try to approach the press conference area like from the side and try to gain entry as a student journalist so that he can kind of poke around undisturbed behind the scenes. And I'm going to be using my Janus move, Mild Mannered, where when I try to
Alright.
use my civilian identity to deceive, trick, or slip past someone, I roll with mundane. So I will go ahead and roll that. That is going to be that's going to be a 13.
A 13. Wow. Okay. Um, what do you get for a 13 on this move?
It just says they buy your facade.
Okay, yeah, you are mild-mannered student reporter
Hayes.
River Hayes, and you just slip in, like, maybe a few people like look at you in the way of like, oh, they sent a cub reporter for this piece type thing. But like, if anything, that makes people more willing to answer your questions. Like, you're a new guy, you're starting out, everyone was there at some point.
Exactly.
And uh I I think that the a reporter nearby just like leans over and says, "Hi, I'm Opal. Is this your first time out on chasing a story?"
My first assignment, it is, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of
Um,
ambitious of me. I was kind of hoping to like I was kind of hoping I'd be able to like sneak an exclusive, with Orox, but I don't really know like where I would go to do that or where everybody
I don't know
is or anything like
about
that.
I don't know about Orox, but a little bit before the press conference, I might be able to get you in with the team that he's introducing.
I don't see
You
how that
want?
could end badly.
Yeah. Um, Here, let me see if I can sneak you in with me. Uh, I when I started out, I started breaking a metahuman case like this, and uh, it can really make your career.
I really would appreciate it, Miss Opal. Thank you.
And uh, yeah, she brings you sort of past the velvet rope. She flashes or it's not a velvet rope; it's like a plastic thing. But she flashes her press badge, and uh, she just she goes into a sort of makeshift green room area that has been set up. It's really just one of these conference rooms that has a basket of muffins on the table. And she brings you to the team. They are still wearing their green and purple costumes from earlier. But they never saw your face because, as Blindside, you have pretty much a full face mask, so they don't recognize you. And the leader, Snake Eyes, goes up to Opal and shakes her hand, and she says, "Hi, I represent the team. If you have any questions for me or any of us, you can go ahead and ask. Who's this though?" And yeah,
River Hayes, nice to meet you. Shake my hand.
yeah, she also shakes your hand. A little bit weird about being told shake my hand. But yeah, she says, "Yeah, just ask anything you want."
I had a couple questions if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I think most of the questions that I'm going to be asking are just like, at least at first, are just like softballs. Like, what's your team called? How did you come together? What are your powers? That kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think you and Opal sort of take turns asking these starter softball questions, but yeah, you can get to a point where you can ask really the tougher ones too.
Cool. I think as we are asking questions, one thing that I would like to do is pierce the mask, if I can. Yeah.
All right.
To
That would
try.
be,
I think that's with mundane.
I believe it is with mundane.
That is 12. That is a 12. Mundane is the only stat that's positive for me.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Okay.
you can ask 3 questions. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? Or how can I gain influence over you?
So I think the first question is going to be, what do you intend to do, in the sense that I'm kind of wondering if I can pick up on any hints that like the press conference is a trap or part of like a supervillainry of some kind, or if it's just a legit press conference.
I think she lets slip that she lets slip something about like having to save people at the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that if you're not paying attention, you might not notice, but you get the feeling that there's going to be another one of these sort of manufactured incidents that the superheroes will have to prevent, and therefore, firmly cement that they are a legitimate team.
Okay. What do you want me to do in the context of, are they expecting us to show up? Like, is that part of their plan?
I think they are.
I would ask them a question about, like, there are a lot of, teen superheroes. Do you hear about that Collateral Damage Squad? I hear they're making a lot of waves.
I think to an extent, you gather that they didn't expect this necessarily this morning, but now it works perfectly that they have, a group of hot-headed teens that are willing to, come in and cause trouble.
Okay. And last question is, how could I get your character to blank? And the question is going to be, how could I get your character to reveal that they are a villain, basically?
Right. So I think that you can tell that uh it rankles this throughout this entire interview process. Having to be just like a pleasant person is not what Snake Eyes really likes. So one of the best ways to sort of get them to reveal what is going on is really just pushing her too far and pissing her off enough. She will go full villain, basically at the drop of a hat.
Cool. That's good. I'm going to make a note of that. I think I'm going to hold on to that and hope that if I stick with Opal, I will end up with the reporters able to ask questions during the press conference.
Okay. I think then, is there anything else any of the other team members want to do to prepare for the press conference?
I this is totally out of character for Wesley, but I would like to do and assess the situation, if I may.
Okay. So for assess the situation, roll superior.
Lovely. Oh yeah, baby. That's a 6 and a 5, so 11.
All right.
Rolling hot
So
tonight.
ask 2 and you can take +1 while acting on the answers. So what can you use here to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to you? And how can you best end this quickly?
I'm going to. I think the first one is because I'm trying to walk around. I'm like walking around the place and just kind of like, ooh, excuse me, walking around the place and trying to like basically get my bearings and understand the best way to go about this if a fight does happen. So I'm going to ask. The first one is going to be, what here is the biggest threat?
All right. Well, you do know that based on everything you've heard and what people have been talking about, that the biggest threat. So there are a few things. You know that the team that you fought earlier will be here, but based on your fight earlier, they might not be the biggest threat. The biggest threat is probably one of that original class, either Orox, who you know who is at the press conference because it's his press conference, or Plasma, who you have already been introduced to and basically told to fuck off.
I'm the problem.
I didn't say you were wrong to tell her to fuck off.
I am the problem. That's a wonderful time. I'm here for it. I'm going. The next one is what here can I use to best protect the civilians if a fight does break out?
All right. I think that this sort of convention center that the press conference is set up in has this sort of the like surfaces of the ceilings and walls are just large squares of like metal tiling that with your gravity powers you could use to make shields pretty easily.
Lovely. All right, cool beans.
All
Where's,
right.
I'm just walking around and I go, oh, that'd be cool. Okay.
And with that, I think that Orox himself steps out onto.
I'll say real quick.
Yes.
If we have a group chat, I would have sent like a message saying like be ready during the Q&A.
Okay. The question is, do you have a group chat?
It's a great question.
I feel like we do. Yeah,
I feel like
just
Yeah.
started one.
Blindside's account is just like a dummy account, no profile pic.
100%.
It's like unbanned
I
or
feel
something.
like he might actually just have a Blindside account. Like it's a picture of him
On
in costume.
Blindside Twitter.
Yeah.
All right. So, Orox steps out onto the stage. He is a large, burly man. He wears a nice suit that must have been custom tailored because, like, you can't buy off the shelf suits that large. He is about 6.5 feet tall and slightly less wide than that, but still just a very large man. And notably, he has a set of bull's horns growing out of his forehead. And he approaches the podium and taps the microphone a few times and starts giving his speech. He introduces himself as both Orox and as his civilian identity, Calvin Pierce, and he goes into this long speech about metahumans, and of course, I am a metahuman myself, but it's no surprise that there are dangerous metahumans out there. And while our metahuman response team does do a good job, we need to have more options. The free market will provide protection from these metahuman dangers. And that is what I plan to introduce today. A new superhero team. Heroes heroes that are for hire to respond to metahuman threats at a moment's notice. And I would like to introduce them. And the Snake Eyes' team is brought out onto the stage. He goes through and introduces each of them, and then he just says, he introduces each of them, tells their powers, sort of their usefulness in responding to these kind of threats, and then ends his speech with, remember, when it comes to Orox, it's always a bull market. And as he finishes his speech, you hear a rumbling. And a crashing through the exterior wall of the building, a large rocky monster enters, fully seemingly intent on destroying the building, causing general mayhem. And that's when Snake Eyes and her team jump into action. What do the rest of you want to do?
I think I would text the group chat again and say, like, keep people safe, but let them have this one.
Does it look like they're working with or against the big rocky thing?
It appears like they're going in to fight the big rocky thing.
Okay.
So Wallace will text back just LOL.
Okay.
No context.
I don't love that, but we're working on trust.
I'm charging him my powers.
I said keep people safe. Just like we don't need to do more than like we're here to do.
Okay. I will say, since we are sort of we're entering a scene. So oh my god. Does the leader have, so we start with one team.
Gonna be exactly the
well,
same.
actually, add two to the team pool. Does the leader have influence over every teammate? Yes. Okay. Does everyone have the same purpose in this fight? Does everyone have the same purpose in this fight?
It's debatable.
I'm strictly here to fight Snake Eyes and Co.
I'm just
Sounds like fun.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I guess if that's the goal, then yes.
Okay. Then in that case, I think, well, let's go through the rest of them.
They don't trust me more than they did.
Yeah, does so we're gonna take one off. I will say you are prepared for this. Like, you are coordinating through the group chat. Maybe not everyone is listening to the group chat, but it is all happening. All right. So if no one interferes, I will say that
I will say, not going to interfere, but in pursuit of following the order I've been given, I am going to try to protect the civilians around us. And what I would like to do is use my ability to reduce their fear and panic. I would like to manipulate it in the opposite direction that I normally would.
interesting.
Character growth.
Huh.
Love growth.
I will say, yeah, it's not quite provoked someone. I was gonna see if this would be a weird use, but I'll just say this is unleashing your powers.
That's fair. And that is an 11.
All right, so you fully successfully calm these people down, prevent them from panicking. People at first are like, wait, are they part of the team? Like, because you're just a person here using powers, but you do calm them down and keep them safe.
And I think I'm going to try and see if I can get this stony guy to crush a building for no other reason than
Then you
gotta
want
get
to
a building crushed.
Okay.
Put it on.
So, how are you going to go about this? Yeah, two questions. One, how are you going to go about this? And two, is it the building you are currently in?
Good question. They came up through the building, like they're closest to or inside the building we're in, correct?
Yeah, they smashed through the wall into the building that you're in.
Well, I don't want to actively endanger people, at least not since we got a text message. Uh, so maybe the next building over, and we can have that double as a distraction. Mostly building smashing, though. And I want to do that by seeing if I can manipulate my power to like that thing of when you're like pushing against something and it suddenly gives way and you're like whoops and you overlean into it. So I want to like restrain their ability until the worst possible moment and have them like punch through a load bearing column.
Okay. Yeah, this will be also unleashing your powers.
There. Oh no, dice down. Oh no.
Floor dice don't exist.
Wesley's like, if he gets to crush a building, I definitely get to crush a building.
Hey, come on.
That is a 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark potential.
Ooh,
believe you.
okay, I will say that you try to do the thing where you like negate his rocky strength, basically to hold it back to make him then slip and do it. I think you do that. You succeed at that, but he punches, and instead of like punching so hard it carries him like out of the building and into the building next to this one, he does just hit, and like a huge chunk of a pillar in this room is knocked out, and we will see what happens with that later.
That is my bad. Oops.
It's fine. It kind of goes into what I'm trying to do.
Great, it was on
Is
purpose
it
then.
crush a building?
Oh no.
Not really crush a building, but I was going to, if it's cool if I go now,
Mhm.
I'm going to try to, I'm gonna try to take those tiles that you pointed out before, the metal tiles, and try to form a sort of dome around where all the civilians are gathered with the like like a sort of shield
Okay.
dome type thing.
Yeah, so I will say this is protect someone, or defend rather. And you roll plus savior and also +1 because you're acting on the information you got before.
That is wonderful because I believe my savior is 0. So yay. +1 in this roll. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, I'm so hot. That's a 10. It's a 5 and a
All
4.
right. Yeah, so you keep them safe and choose one, add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
I am going to add 1 to the team pool.
All right. And because you are a civilian and none of them know what you look like, blindside, you are also enclosed in a dome now.
That's fine. I'm trying to keep people calm the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
By being like, everybody stay calm. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, how's that working for you? Doubt it's as effective as what I'm doing.
For me, I mean, let me cook.
All right. And I think with that, they do end up taking down the monster. You get the sense again that it's like this was a manufactured thing, so it probably goes down easier than it could have. And um and Orox will approach the microphone and say, "Ah yes, and well, That was certainly a surprise, but I believe this demonstrates how effective our team really is. And
I mean, River's gonna try to do if he's at the microphone, River's gonna try to do the reporter thing, the like waving the pen around and being like, Orox, question.
yes, questions.
This is a question for Snake Eyes, was it?
Yes, Snake Eyes, you can field a question. And Snake Eyes approaches the podium.
Would you care to respond to the allegations that you have an extensive and well-documented criminal record as an active supervillain here in Halcyon City?
And Snake Eyes will first like cover up the microphone, but say in like a visible hiss to Orox, like, "You said you got rid of that."
Aaron, can I jump
Yeah.
in, please?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
I would like to use my move Dark Past. When you confess to a serious crime you committed as a villain while in the presence of someone involved, shift danger up and any other label down. And so I think Phobia like jumps onto a chair so that they can fully be seen and is like, yeah, Snake Eyes. Yeah, tell them about that bank heist, or the kidnapping, or the time we stole a whole bunch of cars. I could keep going, but like you should tell them all about that.
And I think with that, Snake Eyes will just 100%. She did not see you in the audience before. She was focused on other stuff. She's just gonna leap off the stage at you with this glowing dark aura around her. We're getting in a fight.
Do it.
Let's go.
And so for that move, do you roll anything for that?
I don't. I just shift
you
my
are
labels
just
and I
shifting
choose
your labels?
one. So I will say
Right.
the one I'm gonna choose is that I am not in legal danger from the crime. And that is probably only because the school is protecting me, but that is fine.
There's some hinky amnesty stuff going on at Corbeau's, but it's fine. But yeah, you so yeah, in that case, I will say you provoke her enough, she is going to fly at you and try to use her powers on you. So this is going to be take a powerful blow against basically her luck powers.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yes.
Can I try to defend?
You can. You're involved with this conversation. You can definitely. This will be mild-mannered cub reporter River jumping in the way.
I'm hoping I could do a really good job and like people won't notice. Like I'm so fast or something like that. But
okay,
the dice will.
Yeah, the dice are gonna determine that.
I believe in y'all.
Yeah, let's see. Savior is not the worst. It got shifted, so there's that at least. I'm gonna try to. Okay, that's actually perfect because that is an 8 plus 1, 9. We have, I think, 3 team in the pool if somebody wants to help me with this. Make it a 10.
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay.
I think at the same time this is happening, Lawless is going to try and use her powers to like slow down or just like lessen the threat of Snake Eyes.
Can
So
I
it'll
make
help.
a?
And
Can I? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say to help, do we just roll 2d? I mean, obviously you roll 2d6, but plus what is the help out rule?
You don't have to roll anything actually. You
Oh,
just
you just
spend
help. Okay.
yeah, you just spend a team and then you get +1 to the roll. I was
Mhm.
gonna say, and this is up to you, you can make illusions. It'd be very helpful if you made it look like I was in my costume.
I can do that.
Up to you. It could also be very funny if Lawless might not want to do that because it could be very funny. But
It's up to you.
to you.
Yeah.
I think Lawless will quickly send a text. It's just, you owe me one. And just bite up a costume.
Yeah, and with your costume, you don't have to worry as much about being exposed. This is the interesting thing of Lawless. For this to work, Lawless definitely clocks that it's you jumping in the way. That
Yeah.
like, oh, that's how Blindside moves. And so Lawless does now know your secret identity. But yeah, that will bump it up to a full success. So yeah, you keep them safe. You keep Phobia safe, and you get to choose one.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm basically just going to try to rocket into them in midair and knock them away. I will pick one.
You don't have any conditions, do you?
I don't know. So add a team to the pool would make sense. Or I have. Yeah. Okay. I think actually. I think as I rocket into Snake Eyes, I am going to say, "Get away from my friend." And I will take influence over Phobia, which means since it's double influence that I get to shift their labels. And so I'm going to shift Savior up, Danger down.
All right. And so, Phobia, you see suddenly out of nowhere, you did not see him a second ago. Blindside just rockets into the path of
They call me Blindside.
Snake Eyes and knocks her out of the way. It seems like almost the jig seems well and truly up for them because Blindside has just gone and attacked someone who was asking questions, and the she just like gets up on her elbow from the ground and spits and just says, "All right, get them." And I think after that, the rest of the team are going to go and attempt to fight you. And I think we'll switch it up a bit. First, Contrail is going to fly at Quasar.
Lovely. I'm gonna charge up my pal.
Okay, and you get +1 because you have a condition.
Yes, I do. Give me
Oh, what is that?
Just ran out, y'all. So that is gonna be 6 total.
Ooh.
Still get 2 burn though.
You get 2 burn.
Yeah,
you marked
but I get
3
3
conditions. So what conditions are you gonna take?
I think it's a like weird moment for him because it's like he's like, all right, powers, we're about to do what we're gonna do, and he starts to call upon them, and there's like this sputtering, and he's just kind of like, whoa, 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 and then he's able to pop him off still, but like it's made him afraid because he couldn't control his powers in that moment for a brief moment, and so now he's worried about harming people um, accidentally. Uh, he's gonna take insecure because he's a little worried that he's not gonna be able to perform the way he's usually able to, and he's gonna take guilty because is remembering the times that he has hurt people when his powers have gone awry.
All right. And that means that you have only one unmarked condition
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
So what are you gonna do with your charged up powers?
Um, I think his original plan was gonna be to attack back, but I think because he's feeling I was gonna reality storm to above the table, but I think because he's feeling a little bit more um um a little bit like kind of out of sorts in the moment, uh I'm going to instead uh try use overcharge um to
All right.
reshape the environment. And so what I'm going to try to do is um I sort of reach out to the sides, and I'm going to um take the fallen pieces of debris from the like smashing and try to interpose them in between me and the name again, Contrail. That's it.
Right. All right. And you just get +10 when you use that, right?
Yeah, I spend both my burn to do it. Yes.
Okay. So no burn and 4 conditions, but you do manage to uh, block with these obstacles. And at first, Contrail starts swerving around them, but you're bringing in larger and larger pieces using your powers. And finally, you bring in an obstacle that he just bounces off of and up into the ceiling. And somewhere into an upper floor of this building. Once again,
The same building that I threw him into earlier, like the same floor.
this is a different building actually, but once again, Contrail has been knocked into architecture. All right, and meanwhile, Ocelot is bearing down on you, Lawless, and claws out, snarling, ready to fight.
Let's see. I think I'm going to roll another Are You Watching Closely when you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll superior. I'm going to do the same thing I did before, step back and create like 3 versions of myself, and do a quick like the little cup trick, you know? See, ideally get out of the way, and let one of the illusions take the hit.
All right. So, yeah. Do you roll for that?
I do.
Okay.
That
Roll
is
for
a
that.
13.
All right. So you get to choose 3 of those. You get an opportunity, expose a weakness or flaw, confuse them for some time, or avoid further entanglement.
Well, I don't want to avoid further entanglement because the entanglement is the best part. So I'm going to say, get an opportunity, I expose a weakness or a flaw, and I confuse them for some time.
All right. So I think the opportunity, so confusing them for some time, you create these illusions, and she is after them like a cat chasing a laser pointer. Um, she is 100% just like scratches one, goes and scratches the other. None of them are actually you. And as you see that like her flaw or weakness seems that like she is still like she's tiring out chasing these things in a very similar way that like a cat does, like when you make them run around a lot, like panting a little bit. Uh and I think the opportunity is, yeah, she is fully distracted from you and you have an opportunity to strike.
I'm gonna try and knock her out. Is that
Okay.
directly
Yeah, go for
engage?
it. Hit that off button.
Yeah, the human off button. Would that be a directly engaged? Do I need to roll for that, or can I just do it?
I would say this is still directly engaging.
Okay. 7.
Okay. So as she is chasing after these, she swipes at one of them and gets through and manages to actually hit the real you just on the swing after she um, goes through one of your illusions. And I would say maybe Mark. I would say maybe a little insecure. Your illusions weren't quite good enough to trick her forever.
I was thinking the
But
exact same thing.
once she gets through, you are able to just uh basically put her in some sort of hold and then just conquer on the head, and she just falls down unconscious.
Another classic. Take something from them, their consciousness.
All right. And then finally, or of the last villain is Arcana. And Phobia, after Snake Eyes got tackled, Arcana does go and squares up with you. This time wearing a sort of knight's armor as a light construct, the Knight of Swords. And she is just wearing sort of black armor and points her sword at you. What do you do?
I mean, first of all, I'm into this. So we're just gonna put that out
Oh,
there.
I figured that was a given.
Oh no, that's what I
Jot that
say
down.
out loud. That is 100% what I say out loud. There is no verbal filter happening here. Yeah, Phobia fully responds with, first of all, I'm super into this. Second of all, we don't need to do this. I saw what you're afraid of. You're afraid of destruction. You're afraid of falling. Look at who's leading you. That's what's going to happen. You don't have to do this.
All right.
We don't have to fight.
Are you trying to provoke her?
I am.
I
We'll
would
take that
say
as a provoke
yeah,
roll. Yep.
that can be a provoke roll. Because she is susceptible, because you do know her greatest fear.
I do. That is a 7.
All right. So
I know
with
you don't.
us, yeah.
I know you don't. I know you don't need it because you got a 7 and it's not going to change it. But I want to spend a team just from where I'm fighting Snake Eyes to try to start a like kiss chant. Like it's a rom-com. Like
Incredible.
All right. So that does bring it up to an 8. Still just an 8, but it is great flavor. So yeah, I think you start this chant like I think one reporter also like half-heartedly is like kiss,
Oh,
kiss.
yeah.
Question mark. And yeah, so you can choose one. They stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity. Or they overreact, you gain influence over them.
So I know that we've been throwing these things out the entire time of like, how can we interpret this? But I kind of want to go with they err, you gain a critical opportunity. And I think what I want to have happen is for this to maybe give an opening for them to see the error of their ways.
Okay.
Right there in the
Yeah.
name, air.
Error, yeah.
Error, yeah.
Error.
Error.
Yeah, I think they hesitate and they're just like they look back and forth from uh currently where you know Aurochs up on the stage and uh Snake Eyes just on the ground while Blindside is fighting her, and yeah, I think she pauses and says, "Well, but what am I gonna do?"
I'll give you my number and we'll figure it out. I got out of this life. I can help you do the same.
Yeah, I think since you've like given her a reason of like that's a way forward, she is going to give uh give up, and she drops her sword, but it just dissolves into light before it hits the ground, and she goes back into her normal uniform, and she just looks up at Aurochs and says, "You know what? I quit, and I think you have defeated Snake Eyes' team." And I think that is where we have to end. Um, it was great playing with everyone. This was such a fun group. And we can go and do introductions, but backwards this time. So, Extal.
There might be some lag.
How about Izzy then?
Hey, thanks for playing with me. This was great. I had a super good time. Um, again, I'm Izzy. You can find me on Twitter at Z_mist, mist with a Y because fantasy. I also play in Pod Against the Machine, a weekly Pathfinder podcast, and Strix U, a semi-regular 5e game featuring an all-black cast. Please do more of this. This was a lot of fun. Thanks.
All right. And JD, where can we find you?
Hey, you can find me on socials at JD Not Jason Dean. If you enjoyed this, you can also find me in like, I don't know, 2 hours over with Live from the Apocalypse, where we are recording our Masks actual play podcast, Academy Age, this very evening. So if you are in the mood for more masks and more raising money for good causes, that will be happening. Everything else you can find on my socials because I do way too many things.
right. Will?
Hi, my name is Will. Still, you can also find me mostly at Live from the Apocalypse, and most notably in 2 hours running that session of Masks that JD is playing in, as we record 2 new episodes of Academy H live on the channel, and raise money for Doctors Without Borders as well. The podcast is good. Academy H is good, and it exists out there in the
It's
world.
good.
If you want to go find it and give it a listen, it is award nominated, only because the Audioverse Awards haven't announced the finalists yet, so we don't know. But currently, we are contenders for that. Other than that, also social media at a Will M Scream pretty much everywhere except Twitter, which I don't use anymore. I think that is most of the stuff. Oh, I will say that currently there is a casting call open with my friends over at Entropy Emporium for a Girls by Moonlight game that I am going to be running starting in May. I think if you've ever wanted to pilot a mech suit made from the corpse of a dead god as you fight life-devouring space kaiju, find that, I guess, on social media. Entropy Emporium is the name. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right. And I guess last but not least, again, are you back? Okay. Never mind.
I
So,
might be.
oh,
Hello?
I hear you. I think you're
It
good again.
stabilized for a moment. Alright, I'm gonna do it quick. Everyone, I'm Xtel. You can find me at Extra the King on the Webernets, not on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. If you see me on Facebook, it's not me. But you can find me every other Sunday, not today, but next Sunday, and every other Sunday after that on AEA. I froze again, but it's
Oh, you're right.
fine. uh, Oh, lovely. Okay, cool. It's just my screen then. But yeah, you can find me on Alternative Archives every other Sunday playing Jax on Imperium Rising. And this was amazing. Love playing with all of y'all. This was great.
All right. And I am Erin. I am not on anything regularly, but plenty of places irregularly. And you can find me talking about those and also games that I write anywhere under Veil's Edge Games. It has been great having you all here. Just another reminder that you can donate to Project Hope, and then also just contact your representative. It is probably one of the best ways we have of directly getting our information known to them. So, with that, I think I will kick it back to Lion.
It helps if I'm not muted. Hey everyone, just back for a second. Wanted to take a moment and say thank you to our amazing cast and crew. Special thank you to our wonderful tale slinger for this game. This was awesome, and I hope that everyone enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you to everyone for hanging out in chat. Thank you for all the amazing donations and support that we've been receiving so far. We've still got so much to go, and although I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at for it, we're working on adding more because we want to make sure that, we get at least as close to this goal as we can, if not hitting it. So we're going to be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. to midnight, with a game of Honey Heist, which should be amazing. We'll have some updates on maybe more stuff that's getting scheduled in the next couple of days. We'll let you know. But for now, thank you so much to everyone. Remember to eat enough food, drink enough water, take care of yourself, do the things you gotta do. Some of these are pointed, even though I say them every time, but I'm looking at people through the screen and they know who I'm talking about. And always remember to tell your tales. Love you so much. Take care.